An absolute gem of a painting by Group of Seven master J.E.H. MacDonald, Church by the Sea, Nova Scotia is a small sketch that presents a scene and history that is mighty within the work of MacDonald, the Group of Seven, and Canadian art. J.E.H. MacDonald played a key role in the early history of the Group of Seven. Like many of his colleagues, he first made his living as a commercial artist, working at Grip Printing and Publishing in Toronto from 1894 or 1895. It was there that he met artist Lewis Smith. MacDonald first painted in Nova Scotia when he later visited Smith and his sister Edith at Rockingham, near Halifax, in 1898. MacDonald returned to Nova Scotia in the summer of 1922, visiting Lewis Smith and his sister in the village of Petite Rivière, a coastal village about 75 miles southwest from Halifax. In her excellent catalogue of MacDonald's work in Nova Scotia, Jamie Kelly quotes a 1906 description of the village. The village of Petite Rivière is prettily situated among the hills surrounding a river of that name, and around its mouth quite a business is carried on. But transportation is greatly impeded by the sandbar, which compels the vessels to lie off a mile. All of the freight has to be transferred to small boats and brought to land. While MacDonald was especially attracted to the rocks and surf along the ocean shore, he also painted the nearby wharfs, fish houses, and barns. This superb oil sketch of the Wesley Methodist, now United Church in Petite Rivière was first published as an ink drawing in the Canadian Forum in January 1923, and subsequently reproduced in the portfolio of Canadian drawings by members of the Group of Seven, launched on the occasion of the group's exhibition in January 1925. In this sketch, 3 large boulders define the foreground, set against a broadly brushed grassy incline. The facade of the church, placed off-center, dominates the composition. The adjacent house, with its 2 chimneys, is just suggested in the oil sketch, but more clearly defined in the drawing. Trees separate the buildings from the ocean horizon below, a gently flowing bank of clouds above. In 1924, MacDonald worked up the oil sketch into a canvas titled Church by the Sea, now part of the collection of the Vancouver Art Gallery. The canvas was first exhibited with the Ontario Society of Artists in March of that year. The canvas closely follows the composition defined in the oil sketch, with the foreground rocks, the church, the house, the water, and clouds being the principal elements. However, in the canvas, the house has only 1 chimney. A porch has been added, echoing the sloped roofs of the church's side aisles, and touches of red and yellow create decorative patterns on the adjacent tree and grass. The most notable difference is the treatment of the sky, light-filled and blue in the sketch, but overcast in the canvas. Heavy rain falls on the horizon at the left. A captivating scene, the canvas was reproduced on a Canadian postage stamp in May of 2020. J.E.H. MacDonald's biographer, E.R. Hunter, observed that MacDonald's Nova Scotian paintings marked a transition between the rolling rhythms and textured brushstrokes of his Algoma canvases and the greater simplification of his mountain paintings following his first trip to the Rockies in the summer of 1924. A beautiful, tranquil sketch, brushed in rich colors, Church by the Sea marks an important transition point in MacDonald's oeuvre. We extend our thanks to Charles Hill, Canadian art historian, former curator of Canadian art at the National Gallery of Canada, and author of the Group of Seven Art for a Nation, for his research, writing, and assistance related to this artwork, and for contributing the text discussed here. J.E.H. MacDonald's Church by the Sea, Nova Scotia, is featured in the Cowley Abbott Select Masterworks of Canadian and International Art live auction on May 28th at Toronto's Globe and Mail Centre. We look forward to sharing this sketch with collectors during our upcoming previews in Calgary and Toronto.